What's up, guys? Vince right here, and welcome to VinzTalk. We're going to be talking about a bunch of things. This is basically my somewhat podcast series, also talking series where I just talk to you guys. And it's kind of like, my version of Philip DeFranco when he's sharing the news, or my version of like any podcast, but by myself. Kind of like the Chris D'Elia podcast. He's by himself. And also, what other comedian? Theo Von, the guy with a very southern accent. He yeah, he does like a podcast by himself, so that's kind of like inspired by that. Basically comedians, okay? I guess comedians like me tend to do this thing where like, yeah, we're just gonna operate by ourselves. That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, allow me as I express myself with my broken accent and try to actually give you the goods, But other than that, yeah, pretty much it's almost Christmas already. It feels like almost, but already. I feel like, time is moving this fast and there's no way of stopping it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm telling you right now, these exams are just like kicking my ass. Okay? I honestly don't know what's going on. I don't know how I got past through all this homework. I have like I have 10 assignments, okay? Well, actually I have, 2 assignments left, but each one has like 60 questions or 60 equations, because this is 7 math and algebra, so I have to algebraic and basically analyze any mathematics or whatever. Yeah, it's been a pain. Okay, I mean, all the other classes I've been doing good, but when it comes down to math and doing this algebra stuff, it's like a pain, I swear. College algebra, for those that don't know, you gotta be prepared for it. Okay, thank God I can do this at home, knowing that my teacher can't find me when I'm, using my calculator. So it makes it easier. But my goodness, it has been a pain actually doing literally these whole like math equations and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't know where to begin. Okay, it's just like 60 on 60. Like sometimes it's double like the amount, and then you get an extra, like you have to go for the bonus, and I'm trying to get a good, grading on my math. So basically, while everyone else's exams are, over, mine is somewhat isn't. And I feel like I've been wasting time knowing that my exams are still going, okay? That's what it feels like. It's just that all these exams, even though I'm close to done, I'm supposed to be done, because it's been a waste of actually just doing these equations. I mean, no, I know that's how it is mostly. And I guess that's what I get for not doing much of my homework, because I was, too busy dealing with life. But yeah, these equations and everything has just been a pain. It's like the amount of homework you guys will be on. Like, I'm not even supposed to upload any videos. I'm surprised I did. So that's the reason why there hasn't been much vids, or haven't been much, interesting reads in the case, because I just been busy with school. I've been busy with, actually, I don't have any classes. I'm done with all the classes. It's just that this homework thing is ripping me apart, okay? And I guess my due date is Sunday. So other than that, I still got time. It's just that I sort of got time. But when you hear this, I'm already done, because it's just only a few amounts. And it's like, what? Like past lunchtime. So I got all this in the bag. I'm pretty much just gonna, run through it with my calculator and not give no, that's just what I'm gonna do. That's my homework talk, okay? Homework is a pain. But other than that, yeah. Also, this book that I've been doing, which I'm laying my phone on, it weighs like 2 bricks. It is heavy, okay? Actually, I don't know, 4 bricks, 6 bricks. It's a heavy book that I'm, really doing all these equations on. Anyways, yeah, that's what I have right now. So other than that, also I want to talk about the Game Awards. I'm about to see my boy Stefan tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna try to do a podcast. We're just gonna be hanging out, but I really want to do a podcast with my boy Stefan. There's gonna be a way. One wheel, one way. If we can find some place, or if we are in some place that actually doesn't have a lot of people, it's going to be awkward doing a podcast like in public on like, the food cafeteria, the food court. I did that one time, a long time ago, and that was awkward. Also, yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, Casey's back. Casey Neistat, man, one of my favorite like vloggers out there. I don't watch any vlogs. The only vlogs I watch is Casey Neistat. And he just came back, feels like, it's almost like this is a video like years ago, and he's been doing this for a long time. And yeah, he just happens to be back, and I just love seeing it. Also, like some other stuff, like, some news happening. Like I heard that, airport that had been stealing money out there, seized of like 100K or something, and by a 25-year-old woman. That is crazy. Yeah, in airport. Like that's just insane, pretty much. And also talk about Space Talk, the Game Awards, and their announcements, and probably some also like, GTA Online news. even though I don't play GTA, but there's some news in there that I want to talk about. And Tooncast, because the Canvas Awards is going to be happening soon, because I read a lot of Webtoon, and that's what's going to happen. But yeah, let's start off with Space Talk. We got some stuff here to, because they just had a, man, Blue Origin. I swear, when it comes to SpaceX and Blue Origin, they're just battling. But I like to talk about space-related. Look, I'm not into sci-fi, but when it comes to real-life sci-fi, give me that. Yeah, this one happens to be surrounding another celebrity that went to space. I mean, last one was William Shatner from, Captain Kirk, Star Trek. Yeah, I never seen Star Trek, honestly, actually, except the movies, but I forgot. But yeah, Michael Strahan, ex NFL player, also host of Good Morning America, went to space. Yeah, he just went to space 3 days ago, and he just came back that quick. Look, it happened so quick. Everything almost was rushed. And also, another thing, as you see here on the thumbnail, or at least here on the screen, yeah, the first ever LGBT plus pansexual that went to space. This is history in the making. I'm so happy. My goodness. I thought I was going to be the first space, the first bi. Man, that would be awesome if I went to space itself. Oh, actually, if I did went to space, I'll count as the first ever. Not only first ever bisexual, okay, second LGBT member, but also the first ever skateboarder to go to space. Oh man, Tony Hawk would have to actually talk to me, let me tell you. But yeah, pretty much Cameron Best, that's his name, and went to look, it took me a while to actually find his name. I was like, who's the guy with the flag that waving the pansexual flag? Cameron Best. Not only he's pan, but he's also a furry, which I guess is, that I guess this sort of like, it's not a surprise. But yeah, he's known as Meep's Kitten, and he went to space. Yeah, with his dad. Pretty much they had the first ever father and son go into space. So that was cool. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, the first ever group of 6, which is part of Blue Origin. And NASA was not behind this, which is crazy because usually NASA is behind anything that goes to space in terms of in the United States. And also, the daughter of Alan Shepard, which is, I think, who is this? Yeah, Alan Shepard is the first American to go to space. And actually, his daughter pretty much was the first also. Like, from being daughter, actually went to space in dedication. So yeah, a lot of history here of a good pack of these. Oh, I forget what the team name is, but yeah, the Blue Origin team itself, the group of 6, as I call it. Yeah, they all went to space. And speaking of Shatner, yeah, pretty much he's about to make a movie about going to space. It's called In Space. It's going to be an Amazon, which is their version of it's Amazon something. It's Amazon movies, or it's like their own, they're like trying to beat HBO and also Netflix. Like, I don't know. I don't have the account. I don't know what it's called because I'm not much of an Amazon fan itself, except for, the space stuff. Whatever Bezos is doing. But yeah, it's like Shatner in space. And I guess it's a documentary of his, it's got to be cool. I really want to see it. Like this whole space travel thing of how many space travels have been going out there has been very interesting to see. It has been wanting me to actually really see more content of terms of like what's going up in space. Like that's something I do want to see. And that's something that is, like it's gonna grow continuously, even though despite my channel not really be anything like nothing related to space other than what you're seeing here in this video of the VinzTalks. But man, it's just a bunch of like amazing discoveries and a lot of firsts, especially when it comes to space. This is sort of like a history in time that a lot of it is going out. And that's why I want to speak to it, okay? I don't know who else I could speak about this whole space travel thing that is going on nowadays. I like to speak things that are trending. Well, not everything, else trending. I know that NFTs are trending, but I don't care about that. Honestly, I really don't care. I heard they're trying to really adapt to in gaming, but that didn't work out. So I don't know what's going on there. Speaking of gaming, the Game Awards just happened, and there was a lot of trailers and, premieres and commercials and a lot of stuff. Yeah, pretty much a batch of commercials itself. I mean, good commercials, but also commercials that is like a little too much here and there. And also like, some, also there were some stunts that happened within, I don't know. Let's get into it. Yeah, let's go into the game talk. I have different sections. We just got done with the space section, go into the gaming section. The Game Awards that just happened, I guessing like yesterday in terms of recording this, as I'm recording on a Saturday. Uh, yeah, pretty much. Spoiler alert. As you can see here, Joseph Ferris was there. Oh my goodness! I saw on the Twitter. I was like, "Oh snap, Joseph Ferris! Haven't seen him in a while." And now he's on a plane to go to the Game Awards. Interesting. Also, his game won. Spoiler alert: It Takes Two. It wins. Look, I don't know anything about Takes Two. I know for a fact about the whole copyright thing, that they're dealing with. I don't know when's the court date for that, but It Takes Two, their game itself. I saw a bit of gameplay here and there. I kind of like it. I like the story. I can see why it wins, and it pretty much deserves to win as well, especially the message behind It Takes Two. But man, it won Game of the Year, and also I saw the orchestra. I always like seeing the orchestra every time I see the Game Awards. They always put an orchestra whenever they put a Game Awards, and it's always a trill, okay? And when they actually hit with, they have different games for different section of the orchestra, and when it hits with the, It Takes Two like before Psychonauts to sequence within the orchestra, it was beautiful, the in-depths that happened through it, and also like different orchestras surrounded. Like, I always like it, okay? I'm analyzing a lot about the orchestra itself, but that's why I enjoy. Also, there was no singing in the orchestra. That, in 2019 in the Game Awards, they did an orchestra, of course, and there was this guy that was singing. It just really just ruined the whole vibe of the orchestra itself. It didn't need to have that. So they fixed it here, and thank goodness they did. It was perfect. Other than that, yeah, and also Deathloop won a bunch of awards in there. Never played that game. Also, Psychonauts didn't win anything. That really sucks. Psychonauts deserved to win something. Psychonauts 2. It was such a good game. I feel like it would get some more attention in the future, but man, it deserves something. We also saw some trailers for like the Halo movie, which was, stunning. I saw the trailer in the Game Awards. That was cool. Also, Sonic 2 is coming. I haven't watched Sonic 1, the live action movie. So, and also I saw Jim Carrey in there. That was a treat. He was like, "Go back to your," like something he said in a Scottish accent. He was like, you gotta choke him by the rear," something like that. Yeah, there was just a lot of stuff going on. Life is Strange won Best Impact. Genshin won Best Mobile. Finally, I thought it was going to win like last year, but I guess not. Perfect Performance by the orchestra. I already put that, but I just reading the list here. Imagine Dragons was there with GID. So I guess that was a cool performance. I didn't really like the song, especially in Arcane. I always skip this intro, Imagine Dragons. They're cool, but it's just that the song, like, I don't know. I wish it had that heavy metal vibe. I always imagine Arcane having like an Aerosmith songish kind of. Oh, that would be so. Like if they played "Keep Rolling," by Aerosmith. Oh man, I like it. And also like it didn't really match up. Especially I get the aesthetic that they're trying to choose, but I feel like, man, Arcane would be so cool if it was just like, instead of like a poppy kind of alternative rock. That I think that's what the genre of Imagine Dragons. They used to be a heavy metal band. I don't know what happened to that, but it would be cool if they brought that very punk rockish classic, like just the kind of music that I listen to when I skate is like the like Aerosmith, and also like classic. What was that? Panama. Yeah, those songs. That would be sick. And also, yeah, Joseph Ferris and Jim Carrey. Yeah, that was a treat. Seeing them in there as well. Well, Jim Carrey wasn't in there. Also, I saw like a couple of tweets here and there. I remember seeing Blessing from Kind of Funny in there. That was nice. And also, speaking of Kind of Funny, they actually, I saw this from their like news site and pretty much the podcast or the Games Daily themselves that they put in. And they put something like GTA Online, and it was with Dr. Dre. Now, listen, I don't play GTA at all. Honestly, don't remember a time that I did play GTA online ever, actually. GTA 5, that was the last GTA I ever played. Well, actually, the last one was San Andreas with the not the remaster, not that debacle, but basically like years ago I played it on my mobile, and pretty much it was like the GTA San Andreas that they have the pack there, and pretty much I play on my phone. I guess that game might as well be better than the remastered, but GTA Online actually did something with Dr. Dre, the rapper, and also did something with Pac Anderson, Hercules. Like Pac Anderson was also in this game. You saw Larry back. And I saw this whole thing, and I was like, wow, this is sick. This is nice. I mean, I guess GTA like 5 itself sort of is one of my favorite games in terms of like the aesthetic of, me appreciating California in some ways, if that makes sense. I mean, the same thing with San Andreas. But man, there's something about GTA that really makes me like, you know what? I think I don't mind, America being this crap, but my goodness, it feels good. That's GTA. I guess they're doing something with Dr. Dre, and he hasn't put any songs out. From what I heard, and I guess he's doing something with this one. Also, another final game news here. Hytale is a game that I probably remember like back in my gaming. Look, this was like a long time ago. When I heard about Hytale, of course, yeah, it's a Minecraft server game, very Minecrafty, yada yada yada. And even though it's, this, says that, oh no, we're not like Minecraft. Nah, you're Minecraft. Okay, Hytale's Minecraft. It's the same kind of like vibe itself that, like you get when you say like, oh, you're not short. You're short. That's what they said to me actually. But you're like, oh, something like that. I don't know. But Hytale, they are now collaborating. I guess team are basically found a home. Because it's a game, very Minecraft, like I said. And I've always been wondering like what is happening with that game, Hytale. Okay, what happened to it? And then over a couple years ago, like, it just like, vanished, the whole thing about Hytale and its progress. I don't know what happened to the studio. It just, everything vanished. And it was like, well, I guess no Hytale. And they've been delaying it. And I guess they couldn't get things done until they actually got teamed up with Riot Games. And my goodness, shout out to Riot Games. They're just doing stuff, big things with their own franchise. And now having a home for Hytale, Hytale being adopted for Riot Games, like that's just, that's cool. I just love those kind of stories. It's pretty nice. Okay, it's pretty nice. That's what I will say. Anyways, yeah, that was my gaming news itself. The Game Awards was fun. I saw a lot of good stuff. From the music and also the performances. I know there was commercials, but there was a lot of cool stuff to actually see. Other than that, let's go into Tooncast, which is this last section about animation or animated world out there. And I'm going to be honest, there's not anything worth talking about, honestly, in terms of shows. I'm just going to talk about, the Canvas Awards, which Webtoon is going to be putting out there. And, I guess it's awarded by Webtoon or Webtoon Canvas, which is, the indie Webtoon side, not the big, big guys like, Tower of God or God of High School or Mage and Demon Queen or Boyfriends. Not, these are kind of like the smaller ones. That's what, Canvas is, Webtoon Canvas. And they're having an awards. And this one happens to have like, a couple like, romances here. I saw the romance section. That's it. I think I saw a little bit here and there, but the romance section is the one I tend to focus on and looking at, see if that one of my reads would count. And actually I saw like that Awkward Magic and also The Gentle Way. I haven't read that. I Am the Villain. I think I read that like maybe last year or something. Muted, #muted. I remember that being one of the first webtoons, which is actually my previous channel. But yeah, that Awkward Magic, hope it wins. But also, another thing, I'm going to make my own awards. I'm going to make my own awards of my top 10 for best romance. I know that Boyfriend's going to win, but you never know that when there's some webtoons that I might find that actually might sneak up on that list when I really analyze. Oh, well, face it, pretty much Boyfriends might win, that's for sure. I don't know, that's what I feel. But, I'm working on making a top 10. It could be Boyfriends, it could be something else. Boyfriends could be a runner-up, even though that's pretty much the obvious one that is going to be on the top of that list. But you never know, okay? Because I read so many romances, and, anyone can win. Anyone can win, that's for sure. Like, I feel like, Mage and Demon Queen could be a contender. Let Me Love You could be one. Summer Boo, I don't know. But it depends on your guys' votes. So feel free to actually give me like, hey, which one you think is the top tier, because then, my, decision tends to lean towards that. I really want to put Suit Armor in there, that's for sure. Or when it's like maybe Down to Earth, I really am still anticipating for that second season that Pookie announced. Man, Down to Earth is going to be a fun one right there. But yeah, also when is Farfetch coming out? Like I remember seeing a video of this or a live stream or something like, of the animation Farfetch, which is actually inspired by Hazbin Hotel. If anyone forgets about that, I don't blame you. But yeah, this animation itself is something that I've been looking forward to. I guess that's it for like, the animation news and all that. So pretty much, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Life has been busy, hectic, but hopefully I can come back because I'm working stuff not only for this channel but also for my other channel in terms of like the breaking world and then what I'm gonna have in stores for that. But yeah, other than that, pretty much I gotta get back to life and get ready to chill with my boy and also finish all this damn homework. Okay, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.